Hello, chat. I didn't go live too early, I hope. I hope not. Because that live should be... Yeah, that's the live now I'm in. I think. I think so, I don't know. Well, anyway, hello and welcome back to the stream, anyone who is here yet. This is Lobby 5 of the Season 3 EFES Qualifiers. So a huge welcome to everybody who has made it in so far. And welcome in. Yeah. Just take a look here. No one's joined yet, but I will publish the stream out now. We are everybody in now, so yeah. So excited for this new season. Actually, it's not. I hope it's going to be a good season. Now I need to find Qualifiers chat. There we go. So supposedly we are waiting on one more guy. Yeah, not an XR Aussie. Who are even doing this? I genuinely have no clue. Uh, who are actually in these qualify lineups? Qualifiers info. Because I'd really would like to have a good chat about this, to be honest. We are though 3 minutes over, so I'm not sure, but the host Penny, same team, should announce when we are supposed to start this. Now, so, I have people are saying which team is which. I do not have a single clue. I don't know who's running who. We might be able to find out in maybe in the qualified report. Lobby select is done. I don't have access to that, so I can't see who's driving who. But we can ER in here. I don't even know. RTM as well. Shelby, I'm not sure. Torn Penguin has joined in now, so that probably is the last guy we're waiting for. Oh yeah, so the teams are, of course, I think, as it shows, it's URFLT in here, TDR, Titan Esport, and TSR, plus VZN. So I'm a little bit unsure who's who. Now, there's a little bit of a delay, but we should get going any minute now. I will as well take over for qualifying 6, I think, as I said. Yeah, I will be doing 6 and 8. So next up after this is Lobby 6, which I will be restarting live. I'm actually going to ask him if I should. So have we got any ideas? Who do we think are going to be quickest for this session? So we do hope. It's a little bit shame because I can't see what team is which. The only thing I know may be Titan Esports, which is the team I'm affiliated to, is Aston Martin. I'm not sure though. English is I have no idea. I have no idea. When is TRS driving? TRS is driving this qualifying, so it's you, as I said before, it is UFRT, Ultimate Formula Racing League, Titan Esports, TDR, TSR, and VZN. So Red Bull, as we know now from Jack, thank you Jack, are in the Red Bull, so that's TSR, I think. TSR for Red Bull. I'm not sure who's who, but we'll of course move over to the first guy who is starting their qualifying run, which is none other than it would be the Williams of Jacket A, I think? Yeah, Jacket A. I can't even pronounce names, so this will go well. Of course, this is the 2026 regulations and not the 2025 as many are used to. So it's a little bit new to see esports racing in this type of regs, in my opinion. So for everybody in here, what do you guys think? Who's going to be on top for this qualifying session? Just to get the chat going a little bit. Come on, UFRT. We have some UFRT supporters here. Now, of course, we will... I think everybody... How many runs do people get? I'm normally not doing qualifiers. I've been a part of one set of qualifiers, but I was then brought out as back in the QSR days, for everybody remembering that league. Now, does everybody have one lap to do? Or how does it work? I'm not really sure. I'll have to have a look, read it. So, yeah. So, yeah, and also, for people wondering, next lobby will be and NXR for the following lobby, which I will be happily co-commentating on. Now, we're joined by Zerk, who will be the first driver to set a benchmark for everybody else to follow. With up next is none other than Jack's teammate. I'm not even MRS Mitt, but we'll of course follow the man who's just starting in the first, who will set the first benchmark of this lobby. Now a little bit of a wobble out of that turn. I don't even know the turns. I'm so unprepared for this, and it's an invalidated lap, so that will mean he will have to back off, and we'll move over to MRS Mitt. And we can actually have a look now if we actually can see. There we go. Yeah, lobby selectives. I have actually no idea what's what. Qualify lobbies. So, yeah, there we go. So now we got a little bit more. So Red Bull are of course what we heard from chat. That's Turbo Sim Racing. Another invalidated. Everybody said invalidated lap. Next up on the line is actually another Williams, I think, who is valid, low battery though, which is none other than Envision Esports. He will set the quickest time and the benchmark with a 28.4. Next up is the Aston Martin. I think it's from Toronto with now Turbo Draft in P1 racing for TDR. Not heard a lot about TDR last few days, but good to see him back up on the top step again. And of course, second in line is Ragnet. Now set another time is Shelby. Shelby is representing Racing Rules, which is UFRT. Sorry about that. Gary Gator sets the fourth quickest time for none other than Turbo Sim Racing. Now coming up against the line is none other than English, who now sets a time, or starts probably a time, for none other than UFRT. It's a little bit of a slider for the UFRT driver. Oh yeah, and that's where I recognise the name. But awesome cornering there out of turn 4. You can't complain about English driving here. We'll move over to his cockpit camera. Huge flick. Oh, a little bit sliding, struggling with that extra torque. And we have another TTN, Alassian here. Welcome, welcome, buddy. Like seeing the TTN drivers here. Which TTN, I don't really have a lobby for them, so I would... They might not even be in here. Maybe. We'll have to have a look later. Anyway, high on the torque, really getting that wheel spin going. Because they're in the next lobby. Probably. They've probably been moved to lobby 6. That could be right. If I'm not 100% wrong. Anyway, we will follow Mr. English for his lap. Good flick into the final corner, and what will his time be? Will it be any high? Let's see, it's a 29.5 for English, ranking him down to in 8th. Next time is MRS Smith. I don't even know how to pronounce that word. Please let me know how to do so. Going up to the straight now. I need to get a track map of this after this. Batteries is a reasonable good percentage, but a little bit of a missed apex and early on the power, as early as they possibly can. Going into the overtake mode plus the S mode, straight mode. That battery is running at decent amount, should be enough to complete the final few corners. Twisted bitch there, which way you will probably recharge the most, down to 8%, and now he will burn that battery all the way, and it should just be enough to cover him around. And he puts down a time for 3rd best with 28.6. Still, no one has unscathed or beaten Turbo Draft, racing for TDR. So, few drivers going out for their final runs now. 10 minutes still on the clock. I do not know how was it meant to. Oh yeah. Now I'm with you. So yeah, live stream will be reset, so not too big of a problem. Is anyone out on the lap? We're not keeping an eye on. Jacket is on the lap. Good cornering through those corners. And now we go to the final 2 turns. Good amount of battery though. Could have used a little bit more during the lap, but it's going to be just enough. And he goes pole. Quickest goes Jacket. For none other than the Williams manufacturers, which team are they? I keep on VZN. So VZN running quickest so far of this session, beating the TDR driver, which is now starting their response lap, trying to beat VZR. And we'll go through with them following shortly. None other than next was Tawny Penguin, setting a lap time, which is Aston Martin. So I don't think I was 100% wrong about that. It does look like an Aston logo, maybe, or it does say something else. Anyway, we'll move over to someone else. Gary Gator is still running on the lap. Just going over to the straight, and he hits the wall. Shouldn't be any problems there. No damage, of course. Damage is very light for this lobby. And now a quick jab. Not too aggressive turning like what we see with the normal drivers. But going in more to the technical bit, this is where you can recharge your battery the most in the old sector. And you can see he's already up to 65% and going on, but he has the driver in front of him. A little bit of a toe help there. An aggressive in. But not too much, because these cars do have more torque than anything. So you got to be careful with that on throttle. A little bit of a lock up. And onto the next straight. And this is where he will deplete most of that battery. But it is a purple sector for sector 2. So promising for the TDR driver of Gary Gator. We've actually seen him before. And that battery is at a strong point at the moment, so he can deploy a little bit more, I think. But of course, with these regs, the battery absolutely just obliterates and gets deployed. And he will set a time for 5th best, beating Mr. MRS Smith. I do apologise for any bad pronouncing names. We did have a few other drivers going past. Yeah, here we go. Here comes English, who doesn't improve, who does start now a lap. So we can remember English, TDR, starting on the lap. Who else is on the lap? Yeah. It's Shelby for TDR, who will have to find a good response. Mr. Smith, thank you, TRS Spuddy. And he hits the wall as well. Shelby hits the wall. But I don't think they run, if you hit the wall, your lap can get invalidated. Anyway, we'll move over to Red Bull. Mr. Smith starting another lap. So good to watch them. We have Tubo, who is going for an in-lap possibly. And then behind him is Tawny Penguin. And Tawny Penguin will pull over into the pits, with now Gary Gator also going into the pits. But our main guy Shelby is still on the response lap to try to claim more positions for this qualifiers. It's very important here. What time can Shelby set? It does look a little bit promising, but he is only 3. He does move up. He beats Jack for team from Turbo Sim Racing. And now he sets to go back to the pits and probably do his final run of this session. English goes ahead, 4 tenths up, and he does still go to 9th. Jaden's on an improvement lap as well. So close to the wall as well. On with the S mode and battery down to 50%. I think he's on an out lap, possibly an in lap. Of course, with these cars, this circuit, in my opinion, could be very difficult. Now, why do you say this? Hard talk. I mean, when I've raced here, I always struggle with the rear. He is 2 tenths off for Jaden for TTN. I think it's TTN. It should be at least. Otherwise, I do apologise if it's not. Because, yeah, I am lost in the sauce. But Jaden will have to find that small amount of time, but he does pull into the pits. And I think this will probably be the last, guys. Lads, I beg, we turn down the ads on these streams. I can't control that. I can't control that. But funny comment as well. People are already getting annoyed with the ads. Want a break from the ads? If anyone remembers that. Anyway, Jacket might be on another lap. Possibly, if they're not pulling into the pits. They are finding time though, which is very concerning. About 32 thousandths. So it is something, but still, they will have to pull away even further away from the field. But they're demolishing. Good gap to P2, and they do find a little bit of time. So they do find a bit with a 27.7. Leading this lobby qualifiers. Very impressive though from Jackida. Driving for none other than Enzo Vision Esports. Just reminding everybody. Next up, no one, I don't think. We do have one driver pulling out of the pits, which is Jackita's teammate. And you're subbing to this. Yes, you are. Do it. Sub to EFES Esports. It's not an L. It's good. You get a break from the airs. Tawny Penguin up next on the lap. You know, for next lobby, I am going to get a track map. And that's invalidated for the team. That is invalidated so far. So you'll have to race back to... Possibly, if you have another tie set, you probably could go all the way back to the pits. Changed. Very risky, though. Don't think so, maybe. Sorry, Titan. I do apologise. Yes, it is. It's worth subbing. Agreed. 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 We have to eat. Yeah, I know, Jack. I'm getting invites from Jack for the next lobby, but I can't join because I'm doing this. I have to do complete qualifiers if I'm not. Sounds a bit biased. Maybe. I don't know. I don't even know who's talking to who, so I'm just answering any questions to comment in chat. Anyway, let's stop watching and move over to English. Damn, I've never had 31 people watch me just talk or watch people drive cars. Mr. Smith and his teammate Jack will now pull out of the pits. I don't think anyone's out on the lap yet. Jaden was possibly on the lap, but he didn't validate. So up next, starting a lap, is Raganetto, whose teammates running in pole position at the moment. And very aggressive around the turning. Wow. Move over to the cockpit camera. Nice turning there into turn 4. And on with the S mode, and the battery will be deployed for overtake. Very technical now. You don't want to lose too much. And that's a purple sector 1. So hopefully he continues this. And he'll slot next to his teammate or even in front. That would be the dream for VZN. But up in front is none other than Traffic. So he'll have to hope that these drivers do let go and give him some room. Because that possibly a little bit dirty air would not help him at all. And that's a little bit of a lag. I do apologise for any sort of lag. But he does pull away. Well, not pull to the side. Now next up is none other than English going for a time lap. 4 temps up, by the looks of it. Still going at it for the final. Yeah, flicks are crazy. I don't like it. I'm flick biased. Mr. Smith is going to start their lap. We can see that already going very slow. But none other than we were looking at was none other than Tawny Penguin. I'm not saying with a H, so Tawny Penguin. Low battery all the way to the line. And that will be P2 for Tawny Penguin and Tyson Esports. 2 temps improvement, moves up to 2nd place. Slotting behind P1 of Jackita. A few other truck drivers are starting their maiden final laps. Shelby is on the go as well, deploying their battery to the absolute limit. Jack is as well rolling on a lap. Same goes for the 2 Ferraris of TDR. Turbo Draft is also have started their lap. And the teammate of Gary Gator, who was a pole a few minutes ago, has now been slotted back to that 6th position. And that's a invalidated lap for Shelby, so that is not good. Final round will not be counted now for their lap. Jaden will also not continuing. 4 temps up and he's not going. Is he deploying that battery or not? No, he's not. Now English will now set his final lap time. 3 temps up by the looks of it. What time will he set? He moves up to P6 with 28.4. Awesome stuff from English. Moving up to the next cars on the line is none other than Mr. Smith. We've been looking at him for quite some time. He was looking very promising. He is very promising. And now rounding up the final few corners. Onto a little bit of a straight. Deploys that battery. That battery's so low. But it's going to just be enough for that time. And he goes into the final corner. And he moves up to P3. Just slots behind Tawny Penguin. Up next is the Williams of Regnito. Doesn't improve. Up next is the Aston of Tawny Penguin. He doesn't improve. Up next was Shelby. Doesn't improve. Here comes the Ferrari. Doesn't improve. And the Ferrari next to him is none other than Turbo. Doesn't improve. I don't think anyway. Not improving. Not improving. There is someone though improving, and that is Jaden. 16 seconds down, and I think that is done and dusted. Is Turbo not Turbo? Don't even start with that, buddy. Don't you dare. Don't you dare start with Turbo. I don't even know, man. Maybe. But that would be a wild speculation. That was the best thing I've heard so far. So anyway, this is your final standing. Jackita takes pole with Tawny Penguin in P2. Mr. Smith rounds up in P3. Turbo Draft, maybe, but American Flag, PC, console. It's console, he's on PC now. For P4, Ragnetta in P5, Gary Gator in P13, RTM English for UFRT runs in 7th, Shelby in 8th, Jaden in 9th, and FPR Jack rounds up this qualify session. So that is it for everybody. That is Lobby 5. of the EFES Season 3 qualifiers. I will be with you shortly though, because I have been ordered to restart this stream. So I will see you in about 5 minutes. See you then. Bye.